In this video, we're going to cover how to create a file cabinet page. We'll click on the Create Page button. We will select File Cabinet as our template, and again, a file cabinet's main purpose is to hold multiple files. So if you're going to have a page with a bunch of files, this is the best option for you to choose. We're going to name it, so we'll call it our monthly reports. And this time we're going to put it as a sub-page. So we don't want it at the top level. We want to put it as a sub-page, and we're going to click on this Choose a Different Location. And this is where you can define where in your hierarchy you want that page to be placed under. So we're going to say we want to put it under the home page. We'll click Select, and it shows here to put it under the home page. So we'll click on Create Page. And if you look in the left navigation, you'll notice that our new monthly reports page is placed under the home page. So this is a sub-page. When we're taken to the file cabinet page, you're brought to just a page with a bunch of buttons on it. But note that this is not just where you can add files. You can also add the same information that you did in a web page. So if we go up to the upper right hand corner, we click on Edit Page. You'll notice that you're also given this body area that you can do all the same things that you could in a web page. So you can have your text, your formatting. You also have all your insert format table layout bars up here as well. So this might be an area that you want to describe what this file cabinet is. So you might want to say, please place all of your monthly reports here. And we can make it big so they can see it, and bold. And we'll make it a different color. And if we save it, this will then place that information right above the file cabinet area of your page. Okay, so from here you can start adding files. Click on Add File. You can browse your computer. We'll pick a spreadsheet since reports tend to be spreadsheets. We'll pick, and we'll just say there's a file description area, and this is where you can put describe what your file is. So if we say this is monthly report number 1 and we click Upload, it's going to add a row to our file cabinet. So it defines the actual file name, a link to download it, the description that we put in here, and if you notice as I hover over it, it turns yellow. One thing you'll find in Google Sites is if at any time you can hover over it and it turns yellow, it means it's editable. So if we click on that, we can change what it says. So we might say, oh no, this is monthly report number 2. So it'll also show the size of the file, the version, and this version changed from 1 to 2 because we changed the file description. It'll show when it was updated or uploaded and who uploaded it. In addition to adding just files to your file cabinet, you can also add links to other sites or maybe to Google Docs or to other URLs. So if you click on Add File, there's a second option that's called Pick a URL from the web. So we might have a website, maybe in that vendor information section that we had, where we would want to add a link to maybe a vendor's website that we will continuously be accessing. So for our purposes, we'll put Google again. So we'll say we want a link to Google site. It's going to be, the text to display will be Google's website. And if we click Upload, it will then just create a link to Google's website. So if you notice as I hover over View in the lower left hand corner, it says google.com. If I click on it, it brings me to Google's site. So not only can you add just files in this file cabinet, but you can also add links to other sites or other URLs. So another thing that you can do in here is you can delete. So let's say that we've added this report and we decide we no longer need it in here. We would simply place a check mark next to it and click on Delete. So now it's gone. Now you've deleted it and you realize, uh-oh, I really did need that file. How do I get that back? Well, the good news is that anytime you delete something within a Google site, it's always retrievable. So the way to get to that information is if you go to More Actions, Manage Site, and you'll notice under Site Content there's this item called Deleted Items. Now anybody who has collaborator rights or owner rights can retrieve these deleted items. So it's going to show it in order of date, so the most recent will be at the top. So here it shows that the TDS report.xls was deleted. If we place a check mark next to it and click on Recover, it will tell us at the top your items were recovered. So we could simply click on the Return to Site and go back to our monthly reports, and it then retrieves it and puts it here. And you'll notice that the version has changed. So one thing to note about file cabinets is they have this nice version feature in here. As you'll see, there is 4 versions. So the first version was when I first uploaded. The second version was when I changed this monthly report. The third version was when I deleted it. And now the fourth version is when I recovered it. But now let's say that we truly need to make a change to this file, this TDS report. We really truly want to version it. So what we would do to make a change is we'd click on Download, and we'll open it up with Excel. And let's just make a change. So we'll just make something obvious in here. We'll say changed. And what we need to do then at this point is we need to save this. We'll have to save this locally to our hard drive. So I'm going to save it to my desktop. And the key is that the file name has to be exactly the same name. So we want to get rid of copy of, and we want to call it TDS report. In order for versioning to work properly in a file cabinet, you want to make sure that your file name always remains the same. Okay, so we'll click on Save, and we'll close out of here. And in order to update it, then we just add the file again. So we'll select it from our hard drive. So I saved mine to my desktop. And it's right here. And you'll notice that it recognizes this is a file that's already in the file cabinet because it brings forward this file description. So you could actually, if you wanted to, you could update that as well. You could say it's been updated by Brittany. And you can click Upload. And then you'll notice that there's now a new version, so version 5. So if I've made several updates to this file, but I need to understand, well, what was changed? What you can do is click on this V5, and it will show you all the past versions of the file. So if we click on version 4, and we open it with Excel, we'll see this was our original file. And if we click on version 5, and we open it with Excel, this is now our changed version. You can see the word changed here. So this gives you the ability to see what was done with a specific file through the different versions. Okay, so that's a pretty great feature for the file cabinet. So another feature within the file cabinet is called Subscribe to Changes. So this is something if you decide you want to know about any new files that are added in here, anything that's been changed or deleted, you can subscribe to that. So if you click on this button, it will say up here, you will be notified when this page is changed. So anytime a file is added or removed, you're going to get an email letting you know of the change. So this is a nice feature if you want to keep up to date on what's happening in your file cabinet.